Hi Bibies and welcome to my channel. My name is CarmiMua, and yes, I do wish sometime this coffee was actually chamomile because it has been a stressful kind of afternoon. The sun is just way too strong and I'm trying to create videos with a little bit more like sunlight. However, I think this is probably going to be one of the last one because the struggle is 100% real. I'm talking about struggle, the dog, my neighbor's dog. Do I really need to say more? So, hi Bibies and welcome to my channel. Carmi up in here, ready for a new tattoo video. You guys know I've been enjoying making this video so much. So thank you if you have tuned in, if you have come back, if you check all the others. I appreciate that quite a lot. So today we are gonna start and we are gonna talk about something that I get kind of questioned pretty much on almost a daily basis. There are my armpit tattoos. You guys probably, if you're on Instagram, you have seen some Instagram videos when I do my makeup and the kind of like tattoo kind of pokes through. So today I was thinking to help you out to decide if armpit tattoo are good for you, if they can be your next tattoo. Now I'm all about quotation marks and just always making sure people know that it's always down to personal preference, and if you wanted to get an armpit tattoo, a piercing, a color hair and everything, you do whatever makes you happy, because there is nothing better in life than be your true self, because it shows, and by being who you want it to be, you are allowing other people to just enjoy your true self. So I just want to say that kind of loud and clear. But with armpit tattoo, you know, there are a lot of things that you kind of want to consider about, as well as like tattoo in general, like things that are going to be onto your body for a very long time, like for forever, to be honest with you. I know there are ways to remove them, you know, laser removal, or even you can cover them up and everything. However, we're gonna talk about if you are ready for like armpit tattoo commitment. And to do that, I actually worked out kind of like a 5 bullet points criteria that hopefully can kind of like answer every single one of your question. Because when I try to look for like armpit tattoo and people opinions and kind of like find out like the aftercares, as well as like tattoo pain and everything, there wasn't really many places where I could find it on YouTube. You know, like not many people have videos on them, and I find that I wanted to have a little bit more information. So hopefully my video will kind of give you a little bit more information, but I will tell you, go and check out every single other armpit tattoo. Don't just stop here, don't just stop with the first person that you're hearing, because you know, this is my personal opinion, this is my personal life, and I'm just sharing that to you. So of course I hope you can just have the best time ever, and yes, I just wish you that. Now I will say before I start with the first criteria that I am not a tattoo artist, I am not a tattoo apprentice, I have nothing to do with the tattoo business except that I am a tattoo lover, collector. I enjoy getting tattooed. However, this is not the first rule of the book. Like, trust and believe, I will and have made a mistake in the past. So I hope you are excited. I hope you have your schneckesses, because we're gonna start and we're gonna talk about the first criteria that I worked out. There is durability. Now, when I talk about durability, I talk about the area of the body that is about to get tattooed, and how is it gonna age? How is it gonna look in the next 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 years. Now, what I can tell you from somebody that has had a lot of kind of like weight fluctuation, I was over 20 stone, now I'm about 13 and a half. I have lost and gained a lot of weight. Some tattoo will change. The appearance of some tattoo will change. However, with armpit tattoo, because of the area that they are, this part over here doesn't really move as much. You know, even as you will age in life, this area is not really going to tend to lose like the shape. You know, the armpit, it's always going to be an armpit. Also, another things to be very mindful with armpit tattoo is because they are where they are, because it's a pet, so pit means there is not really much sunlight there is going to be on direct contact, except if you go to the beach and you just stay like this. Normally you won't really get your armpit tanned or anything, and that is a great thing because that means that you are going to cut down with all the UVA and UVB, and that kind of makes sure that your tattoo will age better and is not gonna faint. The things with tattoo, you can kind of go with absolutely anything, and the armpit tattoo, you can do absolutely anything. You can do colors, you can do black and gray as I did, you can do portrait, you can literally do absolutely anything. And as you guys know, with the sun kind of like touching your skin and everything, a lot of the colors will tend to fade away, not just color itself, but also the black and gray. So I hope that could kind of help with durability. So I'll definitely have to say with durability, armpit tattoo are definitely up in there. I've yet to find any problem with them, and let me tell you, I've done a lot of research. I've been wanting armpit tattoo for over a year and a half, so I've worked the work. So next criteria is probably the one that a lot of people always ask me. There is what's the pain level? Like, how are you rating the pain? Now, I'm somebody that probably doesn't really have much of a cell inside here, because I find my armpit tattoo to be absolutely okay, and every single person that I've seen video, they always said they were absolutely excruciating. They were like the hardest tattoo they ever got. They were like on the top 3 or top 5 very bad tattoo spots. Like they were like really having a bad time. I didn't, and I find this sometimes as well is also what kind of work you get done, what kind of tattoo you get done. My one are very slick, very dainty. There is a lot of black, specifically like on the area of the hair. So there is a lot of punctuation. You know, there is a lot of intense work in some areas, but in others is very kind of like skin breed. So I cannot tell you there is a full-on heavy like work. So that sometimes can kind of help, because you know, the person that did my tattoo kind of like went in, went out, and it was pretty much done. It took about just a little bit over 3 hours to do both of them. This one over here, so my left one actually took a little bit longer, because as you can see the size as well, it was the first one that my tattoo artist Emanuela actually did, when this one was the second one, and you can see the size is slightly smaller. You know, we have a petite frame with a manly man frame, so of course there is going to be a slightly difference in like how wide it's gonna be. However, like, you want to start very slow with armpit tattoo, mainly because the actual area will tend to swell up quite a lot and quite quickly, because there are a lot of like glands, and they kind of just pop out really quick. You know, as soon as you start, you will in the first like 20 to 30 minutes start to see all the bump race, and as soon as you get it done, it's not the pain that is kind of the bad part of it, is the fact that it's like so puffy and very uncomfortable. So I would definitely tell you to expect a lot of puffiness. I haven't found much problem with the actual center of the armpit. Like, this area is quite thick. Like, even if you try to like pinch it yourself, it's not as like pinching this side over here. Like here, I feel like when I did this part here, actually hurt more than the center here. However, the outside, kind of like the area where the tattoo ends, they were a little bit, a bit burny. So I would probably say is a good 3/5 out of 10. So yes, this is how much pain I've endured to get my armpit tattooed. Okay, little coffee break, and I'm back with the next kind of criteria, and it's about Aftercare. We're gonna talk about Aftercare specifically on armpit tattoo. The way I do actually tend to care about my tattoos is pretty similar. I do tend to do a lot of like dry healing, and a lot of kind of like I wash them day and night, kind of like thoroughly, but then I completely leave them alone. But there are some things that I would probably suggest you specifically for armpit tattoo, and why it's important Aftercare, if you don't know, if you have never actually got a tattoo before. aftercare is one of the most crucial parts of tattooing, and it's completely down to you and to the knowledge and the research that you have done, as well as make sure if it's your first one and you go to a reputable tattoo artist, you ask as many questions as possible. There are not silly questions when it comes to aftercare, because the thing is, we don't know. You never know before. It's something new, and asking is better than going home feeling kind of like shy and then end up with some problem with your tattoo. Because the thing is, if the aftercare is jacked, your tattoo is going to be jacked. If your aftercare is beautiful, is on point, and it works, you will end up to have the most beautiful tattoo ever. So now that I've kind of like tell you why is this so important to aftercare is just as important as getting a good tattoo artist, is how I've looked after them, how I find them, and what would I recommend. So the first things that you want to know about aftercare tattoo armpit is that completely don't even bother with deodorant. You can't use any deodorant, even if it's completely like alcohol free on anything. Just don't risk it. At the end of the day, a tattoo is an open wound, like it's like needle has gone through your skin and it's kind of created a slightly small trauma. So the skin is open, and putting like something strong, something fragrant is really gonna damage it. It's gonna burn and it's not gonna give you anything good, absolutely, because there are no like deodorants without fragrance. You know, that's the point of the deodorant, to smell nice. Now, you probably want to avoid them for as long as you can possibly can. And when I mean that, I mean like at least until like the tattoo is completely healed. I didn't use any like deodorant or anything for at least 3 weeks to almost a month. I know for some people that is like, ew, absolutely disgusting. Maybe, but you know what? Now I can use it as much as I want, and I got a banging tattoo that is lasting and is looking absolutely stunning. What I will say, and the way I did it, is I did wash it early in the morning, and in the evening I had 2 showers a day, when I was just like making sure I was like massaging the area quite nice. I was making sure there was like nothing like scabbing or anything. If there are going to be scabs and everything, completely leave them alone. Do not pick your scalp, or you're just going to damage your tattoo. But that's the thing, is like it did heal absolutely beautifully, and I didn't even actually use any kind of like creams or anything. I just wanted to dry as much as possible, because as dry as your tattoo is, yes, it's slightly more itchy, however, it's gonna heal faster. Because the thing is, if you are having your wound like wet, moist, I know some people hate that word, but it is what it is, it takes longer. You know, you want to make sure your tattoo kind of dries out, scabs as fast as possible, because that means the actual wound is completely closed. Another little tip that I personally would definitely suggest you is don't wear like things like this, you know. Don't have your tattoo completely out, because it will keep rubbing, and sometimes, like, you know, it's gonna hurt slightly. So try to wear t-shirt, absolutely cotton t-shirt are the best, that they slightly tighter, so that when you actually close, there is the cotton. I would probably suggest you to buy a very 100% cotton, more than like polyester or wool, or like wooden wool, because, you know, there is like all the messy they can create and everything. So make sure you are using cotton. I found that is absolutely the best. So yeah, just buy a couple of those. Even like if you're here in the UK, go to Primark, you know, £5, you get 3 of them, absolutely new, absolutely clean. You have not washed them before, so there is not actually like soap or anything residue of left. And yeah, that is pretty much it. They do heal pretty quickly. Weirdly enough, I find that like after the 2nd to 3rd day, it wasn't actually painful anymore. Like I was touching it and it felt like it was completely dry. That might be because of the tattoo artist I had, Emanuela. She's absolutely amazing. And by the way, if I don't mention it, I will leave Emanuela down below in the description, her direct link for Instagram. She is based in Italy, specifically in Treviso. If you're around the area, go and check her out. Not only she's incredible and her art is so unique and beautiful, she is a very lovely lady. So yeah, I like her quite a lot. Now, the next part and the 4th kind of you know, thing that I want to talk about is commitment. Now, when I talk about commitment, it's kind of more referred to about the commitment of having a tattoo that society might see, and what is going to be the outcome. Now, when I say that is, as you guys know, I do have kind of a few tattoos, and some of them are pretty on show, depending even what I wear. I can kind of cover up majority of them, but my hands and my fingers are always going to be out, and that means that sometimes the commitment that I'm having is higher than maybe like a very small tattoo, or even like a tattoo that are very visible hidden. You know, like a lot of people don't really see my leg tattoos or my back tattoo because, you know, you don't just go out with your back out. You know, if you don't go to the beach, what you doing, honey? But that what I'm saying is commitment is how the position is going to affect your life. Now, to be honest with you, I worked in retail for many years, and armpit tattoo, they're absolutely fine. You know, like you just have them here. 99% of the time, the job that you're gonna get, they're not gonna be like, hi, are you armpit tattooed? How do you feel about showing your clients, your customer, your armpit? You know, it's something that doesn't matter. Having some time, maybe like a sleeve or hand tattoo and everything can kind of like stop them to kind of unfortunately give you the job or get considered further for the job. But armpit is something that is completely not on show, and because of that, everyone can have it. Majority of the people, if you don't say, they won't even know that you have an armpit tattoo. Because even if you work with clients and everything, normally where you work, they at least ask you, even in summertime, to wear short sleeve. Normally they tend to avoid you having like sleeveless things because, you know, you might have your armpit on somebody, especially when you work on very like contact with public. They tend to always say like, you know, cover your armpit. At least that's what I personally find as when I was doing makeup on people. So that is the fourth. So commitment wise, we're good. You know, armpit tattoo, no problem, sir. No problem, ma'am. No problem at all. Alright, babies, so we are now at the last criteria of the day, the one that probably you babies were waiting, specifically the one on Instagram, because this one over here is actually my personal experience getting my armpit tattooed, as well as I'm gonna answer some of your question, because what I did, I put up on my Instagram story like a picture of me with my armpits out, and I've asked you, have you guys have any questions? So there are a few that I did not answer quite yet, and I left them from now. So let's just go in and just be as personal as we can possibly be. And the first one does come from this beautiful BB up in here, and is, does your armpit tattoo have any meaning? Now, my armpit tattoo actually has a huge meaning to me. It's actually a memorial tattoo. I don't really feel super comfortable to give you absolutely all the details, but I'll give you like the big picture. When I came here to London, I was completely alone and I had nobody that I knew, and whatever I made of myself, I really truly worked so hard. However, I have to say there were a few people that helped me to be the person I am today, and one of them was my best friend that unfortunately he passed away a few years ago. He was an incredible man, and if you can actually hear me talking in English, if I can speak actual English, is because of him. It was extremely patient to actually like teach me everything. You know, it was a writer as well, a politician, so he had a good time at home, and it just really enjoyed to like tell me like what book to read, as well as just like having conversation with me. And when I tell you that I did not know one single word, and we used to just like talk to each other by using dictionary or Google Translate, and now I am free to express myself the way I want it, is a huge part thanks to him. And when he passed away, a big part of London for me kind of died with him, because he was my best friend and I always gonna have him dearly into my heart. And the reason why I got my armpit tattoo, now if you haven't realized all these two people are, we have Rex Harrison and then we have Audrey Hepburn, because they were both staring at this movie called My Fair Lady. Was my best friend's favorite movie, and we used to watch it every single Sunday together. When he was cooking his roast dinner, I was there. We used to live together as well, so we have so much memories. And for me, that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted something to remind me of him. as well as covering a part of my body that I absolutely don't like, but I will tell you why in just a second, because there is actually a question asking me why I picked my armpit. So before we do that, there is another one. There is, does the hair grow still? Absolutely. Hair still grow on top of tattoos. The layer where you actually get tattooed is slightly lower from where the actual hair originates. So the follicle of the hair is in a different completely compartment of your skin, like on the layer of the skin. The actual ink actually goes deeper, so it does completely not affect the hair growth. It does not slow it down. It does absolutely nothing. Like, you're still gonna have hair. I wish I didn't, because you know, it will help me a lot to never shave my body, because pretty much majority of my body is covered. So yeah, that would be absolutely amazing. However, no, my hair still grows, like, so I just trim them and just razor them and shaved. One thing that I do want to mention it, if in case you were even planning to get any laser hair removal, you need to get hair razor removal before you get your armpit, or in general your tattoo and everything. You can't have laser after, because it will actually alter the look of your tattoo, possibly even remove the majority of it. It's a completely different, like, removing hair and removing tattoo is completely different. However, hair removal does affect the quality of your tattoo. So if you are planning to get hair removal and tattoo, just do the hair removal first, then your tattoo. And the last one, that was the one that I was mentioning, is what made you want to get tattooed there? Between I love you too, Bibi. The reason why I wanted to get tattooed on my armpit is because I absolutely do not like armpit in general. Like, I don't like armpit. I find them one of the place of the body that I feel like, why do you even exist? And specifically, I didn't like mine because I had hyperpigmentation. You can still see a little bit, it catches in some light, like a little bit more like yellow here. However, it used to be all this area here much darker, like you can tell here. And yes, I will get even more covered so that this is gonna absolutely go. But that was the reason why I wanted to cover for the longest time. As I was mentioning you, it took me like over a year and a half of research, as well as getting just the right tattoo, you know. Like, when I saw them, like when I saw this one over here was actually a flesh tattoo that Emanuela was actually looking to somebody, like she wanted to give this to a home. I saw it and I was just like, this is the one, this is what I want. So I actually asked her and I commissioned the other one. She created it and it was just stunning. So I'm really happy. But the main reason why I got my armpit tattoo is because I just don't like my armpit. And now that I've tattooed them over, I just find them, they are beautiful. And I appreciate them more. I feel completely more confident and comfortable to just have like, wear stuff like this where my armpits are kind of on show, because if in case I have to, hi boys, you know, something nicer is coming out of it. And I feel like that's what I was saying when I did my video about how to build up confidence. I feel like I'm getting the confidence boost that I was looking and hoping to get, and yes, I think I got it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope it was not too long. I hope I answered to every single question you guys had. Make sure to always check other sources of information. Go and check any other beautiful people that have done like armpit tattoo or any tattoo kind of talk and everything, so that you can really get the best information as well. Hopefully I answer everything as I said. If in case I missed something, please let me know down in the comments below your question, and I will 100% get back to you from the best possible place I can. Like, if I see the comment, I will reply, and hopefully I can answer it the best ability that I possibly can. So yeah, I'm now digressing. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure to let me know by giving me that good thumbs up, say subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I am gonna plan to make another of this video, and I'm gonna talk about fingers tattoo. So make sure you are stay tuned. As well, if you do actually have any question about fingers tattoo only, let me know down below. I will do a separate one for my hands, because they are completely different in the way they heal and everything. So yes, if you have finger questions, I will be very appreciative. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. And always remember, like if you like, hate if you hate, and until next time, you're welcome. Mwah.